I'm going to start it with right there. What I want to talk about are girlfriends. This is Gerard, editor-in-chief of Filipino Soul Magazine, aka SGIB Magazine. Stand for Soldiers Got Intentions to Believe That, because everyone should be soldiering for something. Hip Hop Urban Raw the Truth, a photographer's magazine. Hip hop, because it pays homage to the most dominating music in the industry, and that's hip hop since 1998. And I know that year particularly because that was the year I was in prison. And I used to read everything, and I read that hip-hop had just surpassed the most popular genre, and that was country at that time. Urban, because it's another product. Filipino soul is just another product manifested from the streets. There's no big companies coming in. There's no no big fundraisers or anything. It's just you and me, and that's why I am launching GoFundMe, because I want you to show your support by helping me put this next issue together. Raw, because it's obvious. What you see is what you get. Ain't no second takes. There ain't no airbrush it. Ain't unless it comes in airbrush it. Ain't no wait, hold. Let's do it again. Take it from the top. No, it's raw. What you see is what you get. And it's interesting because, I've been a photographer for over close to 40 years now. And what the experience I have, the knowledge I have, the experience I have, and for me to get upset, for me to be disappointed, if I put a camera in someone's hand and expect for them to actually do what it taken me years to do, I'm delusional. But on that same token, I am always grateful, no matter how it comes out, that someone took the time and gave me the time and took the picture or recorded what I wanted to record. So for them, I want to say thank you. So I am never disappointed when I ask someone to take a picture and it doesn't come out the way I wanted to, or it doesn't look whatever. Because often the time, I always despise those people who take pictures and say, look, take pictures. Dude, that's one thing that digital did. Digital messed up the viewing. You used to take pictures and say you gotta wait till I process them, look at the proof. That gave the photographer a chance to look through them through an ocular and look through them, and I'll pick out the best ones, and then make a meeting and say, look here, and surprise. With digital, all that's gone. All that's gone. All digital, you take the picture, someone poses and say, look, and they're like, yeah, okay. They're not even looking at the picture. So often the time, if I'm taking pictures, don't expect me to show you the picture, because I'm not. Because it's like, what are you gonna do? It's like, I remember this one photographer, and he was in San Francisco. I can't remember his name, but he had he was a European photographer. He did high fashion, beautiful. He did the pictures of the beautiful girl on the mound, standing in the wind with the dress blowing, with the long hair, and doing something spectacular like this, showing the outline of her body. That was the type of photographer he was, like Lamar Macklemore. Like Lamar Macklemore said, he said it's important to pay to how they step, how they stand. He says, give them a scenario. And, I can't remember what it was. He says, as if you're stepping on something like this on your toes, or just the attitude behind the pose, not just pose, but the attitude behind the pose. So he told me about that. Well, anyway, he was talking about his work, and he said he took it to somebody. No, he didn't take it to somebody. When I asked him what did he think, he said he never asked us that question of his work, because his answer would be, what the fuck do you know? You know what I'm saying? Which makes a lot of sense. Because when a photographer approaches an assignment and he's photographing from an aspect that you have no idea what aspect he's photographing. You don't know what he's trying. You just don't know. You just may not even like it. But it's like, what the hell do you know? You know what? So anyway, raw, which is what you see is what you get. The truth is that it pays homage to Miss Vonny Hilton Sweeney, and we know if there's a heaven up above, she's teaching people how to love. Vonny Sweeney was the founder of the pre-Grammy party, and I told the story once. I'll tell it again. No, I'll tell it another time. And she was also founder of the Godfather of Soul, Mr. James Brown's Truth Awards, and editor-in-chief of his magazine called The Truth, which I was the East Coast representative of. So, she founded the Grammy party because there was a time, I'm going to tell the story anyway, so, hey, I got time. You know, there was a time blacks weren't allowed to receive their Grammys live like the white boys did or the white artists did. They always had to pre-record their acceptance speech. So, Earth, Wind & Fire at that time was the powerhouse in the industry. This was like during the 70s, you know, 72, 74, 73, you know, 72. They were the big powerhouse in the music industry. They were winning Grammys. But they refused to do a pre-record acceptance speech like it was commonly done at that time for black artists. They figured that we can't do it like the white boys do. We don't want to do it at all. You know, just give us our Grammy. You know, and Vonny had decided at this time Clyde Davis's pre-Grammy party was the place to be. If you were not Clyde Davis's pre-Grammy party or its Grammy party, then you weren't nobody. And oftentimes blacks weren't allowed to go to Clyde Davis's, or there were very few who I don't know how many was there, but it was known that it was predominantly a white party. So Vonny had decided, and it was done during Grammy week. So Vonny had decided to start the pre-Grammy party on the last Sunday of Grammy week, it would be Black History Month, and it also would be a place where black artists can come and show their appreciation for their accomplishments and organizations. You know, people who've done outstanding things in the community. That was a little chilly. Who've done outstanding things in the community. I felt a bug on my back, and it was. You know, outstanding things in the community. So it wasn't just for artists, but it also people of that caliber. And it morphed into one of the most spectacular events, a must-come-to event during Grammy week. You know, everybody came. Everybody. It wasn't just for black artists. It was for white artists. It was for anyone who who had an invitation to come. It wasn't something you could just walk into and just or pay $20 and come in and expect to go to the pre-Grammy party. It was invitation only virtually. You know, Joe Jackson often had his all-girl group performing. Wali, I think it's Wali. Wali. He's a fashion designer, always showing off his new style. You know. Who else was there? Ollie Woodson was one of the main performers who would come and perform. There are a few years he missed, but everybody loved to come and hear Ollie sing. Ollie would having such a good time. It was hard to get him off the stage because he just enjoyed singing so much. Who else? Of course, Judge Maybelline. Judge Maybelline was there, and when I saw her, you know, I know black artists' faces, but I don't know their names. So when I saw her, I said, "You're Judge Judy." She says, "No, that's the white one. I'm Judge Maybelline." I said, "Oh shit, I'm sorry." I felt embarrassed a lot. It was one year when there was the Cyndi Lauper impersonator was there, and she looked so much like Cyndi that I followed her around all day, trying to take a picture. She probably thought I was kind of creeped out. Well, I'm thinking, "Fuck, you're Cyndi Lauper." What the fuck, you know? There was one guy who was Charlie Chapman impersonator who was there every year. You know, so yeah, I mean, you know, there was just a lot. The OJs received the award there. Dennis Edwards was always coming. You know, just on and on and on. Of course, Cameo and the Jacksons and Janae Dubois. And, there's just a lot of artists. You know, who would come, and it morphed into something huge. And it's unfortunate when people who have these wonderful organizations or these wonderful yearly annual events that when they pass away, their events go with them too. Vonny should be in the history books for what she's done for the music industry, for the black music industry. Her name should never be forgotten. Her name should be etched in stone somewhere. You know, we love you, Vonny, and we know you love us more somewhere, because she did love us more. You know, she lived in a little house in Sacramento. She always kept two glasses in the refrigerator, in the freezer, because she said she never knew who might stop by. And she lived right across the street, and people used to often wonder, who's that old lady living in the corner? There's always limousines coming by our house. And that Sunday, you didn't know who she was walking in church with, whether it be the Godfather, Soul, or somebody else. So, you know, she was Vonny was a character. She was, Vonny was Vonny. She was the number one public relation person. She used to work for Hutton and Playboy, and that's where she grind the teeth on PR, public relations. If you were having an event in Hollywood and Vonny Hilton Sweeney wasn't doing your guest list, chances are you're missing the boat on a lot of performers and A-listers attending your party. Lauren Hutton was there, you know, and I forgot his name, Ollie something or another, a drummer, percussionist. And Lauren Hutton, he had this nice big black, you know, these long classic Excalibur kind of cars. And Lauren Hutton, I said, Lauren Hutton, you know, Lauren, can you stand by a car? She said, stand by a car? You want me to stand by a car? She was feeling kind of tipsy with her little gap tooth and everything. You want me to stand by a car? I got a couple of great, man, I wish I could get to my archives. I lost a lot of work, but I got a lot of nice stories, man, and you guys would just love to see. So that's the truth. And a photographer's magazine. But that's all I am. I am just a photographer who's outgrown his box. I'm a mediocre photographer at that. And I say that because my instructor, Mr. Nevercheck, who was a German photographer, and he used to do brochures, and he was my instructor. And we had an assignment in the dark room because this is my black and white commercial photography. And I was working at Ford Motor Company. I was going to school, and I was driving a cab. So one night I sat up on the enlarger, I put my head against the enlarger, and dozed off after I finished my assignment. So when he walked in, I popped up. He said, "Sleep, Cloud. You can always be a mediocre photographer." And I never forgot that, and that always stuck with me. You know, because I never really studied. And I'm like Cheryl Tiegs. I can't tell a Broadway opening from a Shutter opening. Sometimes, I never really studied in the manuals. I just push buttons because all it took for me was one. I'm a freelance publicity photographer, so it only took one shot for me to tell the story. And about 98% of my work appeared in a publication somewhere around the world. That was the beautiful thing about it. But and when I got out of prison, in 1999, and I have not had a pair of handcuffs on me since. That's important for me to say when I say that, because it's easy to do the right thing, and I've done the right thing. I've done a lot of wrong things. I just did a lot smarter, I guess you might say. And when I got out of prison, when I was in prison, I read all the books, the newspapers, and magazines, but I wasn't reading a photography magazine. And I did not know that the digital age had came about. So of course, when I got out of prison, my brother, gave me $1,000, and that's why I love him to death. And of course, I wanted to get back into business. So I went out and bought a camera, and of course, what did I buy? I bought a conventional camera, not knowing that digital age was already there. It was too late. Once I found, don't get me wrong, I met Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton. I was a personal photographer. My biggest payday was with Reverend Al, close to $4,000 a day. Saying we're taking pictures, just one check. I still got that too. You know what I'm saying? So I made a lot of money off the Rev, and that was one of the reasons why a lot of photographers in his organization, didn't like me that much, because they were shooting for free, and I told them, "What are you talking about? Rev pays." You know what I'm saying? When you go to his house, it's like a shrine. Oh my God, all the photographs and everything there at Reverend Al Sharpton's house. One Christmas, I was invited to do his Christmas party there. Freddie Jackson was there. Charlie Rangel was there. Reverend Leaks was there. Google Reverend Leaks, and he is in He was part of Malcolm X's entourage. Malcolm X's conscious, that's the best way to say. An authority on African, artifacts, not artifacts, African culture, black culture. And I was shooting, and they were down in the basement, and I ran out of film. So I'm just a fly on the wall. That's what I am right now. I'm just a fly on the wall. And let me tell you, Reverend was holding court. He was talking about Malcolm. He was talking about this. Reverend Sharpton was like a school kid, sitting there, just like hanging on there. Michael Harding was there, and there was someone else there who I didn't know, but he was like going to school. I'm watching Reverend Sharpton go to school because he's being taught by the people who were there, and that's what's so important about our history. When I used to be a youth advisor for the NAACP, when we went on trips and everything, with the youth, and we would be on a bus or something like that. Okay, look, your assignment is to find the oldest person or find an old person and ask them about what they remember during the civil rights. And it was something that the seniors enjoy talking. We love talking about our history. We love talking about the struggle. We love telling you how hard it was, but we also love to tell you that we're happy that it's not like that no more. I myself used to run for the blacks because I was from the North, New York. I run for the whites because I was black, so it was crazy, So it was something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy having an event and tell okay, everybody over 21 stand up, everybody over 30 stand up, everybody over 50 stand up. Okay, everybody over 80 stand up. Okay, everybody 80 below sit down. Everybody over 80 look. These are the people who stand on your shoulders. Young people, these are the people whose shoulders you stand on. And seniors, these are the people you fought the struggle for. This is evolution. This is evolution. Everything lives, grows, and dies. It's like a revolving thing, a rotative thing. And I always thought that my time will come. My time will be here. Because eventually I'll be the only one left. I used to have an illusion. I always wanted to be the last person born on my day in my year. Let me tell you something. When I was 18, when I was 16, I wish I was 18. 18, I wish I was 21. When 21, I wish I was 25. When 25, I wish I was 30. And I look back and found that all I really did was wish my life away. I said to myself, my goal is to outlive Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, I was a few years older than he was. And I figured if I could outlive him, then that meant that my life wasn't too bad because he was given the best of the best. Unfortunately, we know what happened with Michael. But it's speaking of Michael Jackson. I listen to a lot of Jackson 5's music, but that's why I like the Jackson 5. Also, Herbert Hip-Hop wrote a Truth for Photographers magazine. So anyway, let's get back to that. When I found out the digital age had came back, when there was artists on stage taking pictures, everybody had a phone to take the pictures. Everybody, the photographer, all the real photographer jobs by Getty and by ASP or API, these jobs were taken. I was on assignment and I walked in the basement. In this room, and I saw all these laptops, all these photographers uploading their pictures and sending them and all this stuff like this. I said, wow, man, am I behind. Speaking of which, there was an event that it's called C.O.R.E. C.O.R.E. is the Congressional Caucus of Racial Equality. I think that's what it's called, C.O.R.E. They are the Republican version of the NAACP. So they had their annual event, and I was covering it. And their two guests, the two major guests was Charleston Heston, who is president of the NRA, and B.B. King. You know who B.B. King is. Speaking of B.B. King, I interviewed B.B. King, and I said, B.B. King, today your picture's hanging in the walls of a lot of young jazz enthusiasts. Jerry. talk too fast, so I need to say Jerry's name. Jerry was a friend of Vonny's. They were the first black limousine on Los Angeles. And wife to husband to call it. So I said, 20 years from now, it won't be you. It'll be Kenny G or somebody else, some white artist. I said, how do you feel about that? He says, every time I sit down and play, he says, I count the number of black faces in the audience. He says, if I count 17, it's going to be a good night. So, it's no surprise. So anyway, B.B. King and Charleston Heston are in a photo op. And everybody's taking a picture. Everybody say, Mr. King, B.B. And B.B. was standing like this. He wouldn't turn. He was saying, B.B., this way, B.B., this way, B.B. B.B. was like, Mr. King. Everybody said like this. So I said, hey, Lucille. He said, hey, Lucille. He smiled and turned around like this. Everybody got the picture. Everybody got the picture. So I remember that real good because it was me who made everybody's night. So anyway, I realized everybody had the digital jobs taken. But then I also realized that very few had the rich history of photography like I have, throughout the industry. And so what I did, end the contacts. So I took those contacts and I took those images and I came up with SGIB magazine. Because I refused to let my images just fade off into a storage unit. Or I refused to let my contacts just die on the vine. And that's how the magazine came. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right here. This is Gerard, aka I was gonna tell you about girlfriends and my theory on those. But anyway, this is Gerard, Chief of Filipino Soul. Remember, aka SGIB magazine. Dreams are nothing more than plans and wedding action. Never disrespect LA, always pull something up. And sometimes you're the only one who can see your vision. And the best thing in your life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. We're gonna have a fantastic month this January. And the music you listen to? What else? Porn music. Remember, I always love you more. I'll talk to you later. Peace.